What's up everyone, it is Mitchell aka The Walker in Orlando and welcome to a Epic Universe update. Yes, I am going to be jumping on this bandwagon and starting to look at the construction update. I used to be all big about the construction updates, I used to go check things out, so I finally want to kind of jump on this and start also doing my own version of the Epic Universe update. So, Epic Universe is the third theme park being built by Universal, and it's going to be a little bit farther away from the main Universal Orlando site. So we're going to check it out and everything else, so you guys make sure you stick around today, and also make sure you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and also leave me a comment. What is going to be your favorite land of the Epic Universe theme park? You'll find out mine very quickly. The photos I have are going to be coming from BioConstruct. I'll leave his Twitter handle right here, so make sure you give him a check out. He not only does the Epic stuff, but he also checks out everywhere else, takes some great aerial photos, so make sure you do give him a follow so that you can show him some love. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and just jump right into our Epic Universe updates. Alright, so we are going to start out by doing, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get an aerial shot of what Epic Universe looks right now. And as you can see, lots of things going on, but also a comparison of what this land first looked like in January of 2021. So I'll show you guys that as well. So this is looking amazing. I cannot wait to see what this looks like. So we are going to start out by going to the entrance/Celestial Park. So here is an overhead view of the entrance/Celestial Park space, everything else. But you can see there's a lot of water standing. It did rain over the weekend when this was all taken. Started here at the entrance. That's where we saw kind of an aerial view of Celestial Park. Here is the aerial view of the entrance space. Now, in the entrance space, there looks to be, here's the security checkpoint as you go from right to left, and including where the yellow is, that is the portal into the main entrance area. Here's another view of it. Looks like there'll be some shopping spaces, probably some areas where you'll be able to, where exit will be, but also maybe some gift shops before you get in, or where you may have stroller and wheelchair rentals. So you can kind of see off from right to left, you can see the entrance portal. Off behind it, some of the cascading waterfall features that they are going to have to offer, probably some shopping left and right side of things. But here we're going to look at the actual portal itself. Now, I have a feeling it's going to be able to be opened on both sides, so they're going to have entrances on both sides, but the portal is going to be kind of like the main thing. Here you can see they are starting to do some concrete curing. So all these yellow straps is a way of keeping the entire structure together while the concrete continues to cure and form. But you can see there's a lot of standing water due to all the rain that happened over the weekend. Here's kind of a farther back out shot of walking up to the entrance portal. Like I said, you probably have security in the middle there, some shopping, maybe some more little shops and everything else, probably some break spaces for the team members as well. Here you kind of have a great shot of what Celestial Park will look from the ground up. So now we're going to get kind of into the Celestial Park space. So here you kind of got an overall view. You can see off to the right is where Nintendo Land will be, and you got the Constellation Carousel with splashes at the bottom, the restaurant, and the cascading waterfalls. Here you've got the new restaurant being built with possible entrance and a potential dining area, one area level below, next to where the cascading waterfall effect will be. Kind of a closer look at how it kind of looks. A lot of it's not been poured yet, a lot of concrete's delayed, but you can see some work being done with the plumbing being done for it. Here's kind of the Celestial Park crosswalk between the two water features. So the main water feature, the Constellation Carousel is. Here's a great view of the Constellation Carousel. Not much done so far with the actual ride itself, but you can see the structure's been built up. Hopefully they put some really cool glass features into this because it looked really good. What the arrow down here is actually pointing at, this is the area that is going to house underneath all of the pumps for all of the water features here in the Celestial Park / entrance space for Epic Universe. So that's why they've got it they're trying to watertight seal it, make sure all is pumped. You can actually see they're starting to try to pump out some of the water, so the workers there are trying to pump the water out from all the rain that happened over the weekend. You can see the lounge or bar space being worked on. You can see this has got the roof is starting to go up really nicely, like a little overhang is starting to happen. Here you've got the actual Celestial Show fountain, and you can see all that work they did a while back. And you can see it looks like that's going to be like tiered down, so maybe some places to sit and watch, maybe, possibly. And then off to the right you do have the splash pad and the lounge in the back. Another good view where you have all the work being done here with the Celestial, or the Constellation Carousel, with the large fountain display, and as you keep going back, more of the cascading water that will kind of feed into it. So it's almost like water will constantly feed from the very top all the way down through the fountain, past Constellation, all the way to the entrance point. So it's going to be always this kinetic energy moving within the park. And off to the left, or really left and back, is going to be your hotel that is within the park. You can see the work being done behind it as they're starting to do more work on the actual like fountain and water displays and everything right in front of what's potentially going to be the Helio hotel. Now this has not been confirmed nor denied, so this is still one of the things we are looking at possibly. Here is a great overhead shot that BioConstructed's gotten, where you can see right down to where the Constellation Carousel will go, the splash pad right next to where the fountain is, and then you can see as the water is going to continuously flow down past everything. You can also see right behind the restaurant near the front of the park, you can kind of see these little nozzles where the arrow is pointing, where it's probably going to have a small water feature going on, and you can see how the water has filled up, but you can see how it's filled up enough that possibly when it's full, this will like kind of cascade over into that pond while the water cascades out of this into the cascading waterfall features. Here's another great view of how the two ponds and how they'll flow down together with the bridge and next to the Constellation Carousel. Another look at the walkway looking at the carousel. So this is going to be a really cool view because you'll be able to see, kind of stand there and look at the Constellation Carousel. You kind of see they've actually started working on covering the Constellation Carousel. So it doesn't look like any sort of, unfortunately, no glass going above it, which is kind of sad, but you know what, it makes sense. Now on to Starfall Racers, the big bad dueling coaster that is going to be for this park. You got a really great view, get an idea of the size of it, because almost all of Starfall Racers completely encompasses, is almost bigger than the entire How to Train Your Dragon land next to it. You got a really good view of them working on the Comet feature right outside of the, the loading dock and the stationary. You can see the two launches possibly into the main back half of the ride. You can also see off to the side that they do have some colorful concrete they have started to implement, and down where there's this like meeting point where they like get close to one another, it sounds like that might be a water feature as well, so that would be really cool if they did something like that. Here's another great view. You can see the Comet being worked on. It's encompassed in scaffolding. You can see where the loading dock is, because you will see that the train will come out and down and under into probably the main launch. I'll take you into the giant ride itself. You can see more work being done by where the in close encounter section becomes. So you can see some of the walls, but possibly a water feature being implemented is what's been rumored. So we will just have to see. Here's a great view of the entrance to what will be Starfall Racers. You've got the colorful concrete work, which is a common theme here in Epic. You got the actual entrance that will take you in where the entrance, probably single rider line will be, and express pass will be going as well. Then you probably got this cover space for the actual queue itself, but you can see the yellow track going down and under into probably what will be the first main launch. Now, will it be a launch right away, or will it be timed up so you actually duel one another? Is still yet to be seen. So on to Super Nintendo World, and this is going to showcase that they are really starting to work on the theming for the portal. You can see the portal on the bottom with the go away green. As you go into the escalator, they'll take you into Super Nintendo Land. You got a cool you got the trim molding starting to go on the very bottom for the garden wall, and then some molding and theming being added into the actual portal itself. Next to probably will be a giant shopping area. Here's kind of a cool look at the Donkey Kong coaster ride, which they've actually started testing this in Japan, because Universal Japan is getting this same coaster. So if I could find that clip again, I will put it in. If not, we'll just see it right here. Great overall view, because this is going to be inside and outside. So it's going to be really cool because it's going to go out and around and everything. And on top, you do have some new roof support being added, probably for some more theming. And really far off to the right, you can see that they've started working on the like gold brick coloring layering. And plus, it looks like this is the space that would come from out of the queue into the lift that'll take you through and start the journey through. Some of these Yoshi cars at the very bottom are being uncovered now. You can see all the theming being done on Peach's castle and everything. So not a whole lot with Super Nintendo Land. A lot of this will progress over time, so we will just have to see more of this as it comes in. On to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter Land. Now this is more likely going to be a Mystery of Magic area, but what's really cool is they have finally added some theming to the portal itself. You can see the portal has got some more theming and everything to go into. Right behind you, it will be the lounge that we looked at earlier. But the biggest thing is the portal has new theming with this hand and the Elder Wand in it. And it looks like there's some wiring, so it looks like some lights will go up and shine it up and make it pretty. Another good view of it, you can see you'll enter in underneath and go right into the London street space, into the village, which is actually really cool with the way that it has set itself up. Here's an up-close look of the hand with the Elder Wand, so you can tell it is the Elder Wand. Again, you can see all the water also behind it because of all the rain that happened over the weekend. But this is so cool. Like I said, it looks like there is some wiring to potentially light this up at night, or the hand and wand itself will light, or maybe just the wand itself will light up. Not sure, but this is something to look forward to. And here is the aerial view. Like I said, the only thing with Wizarding World is not much. Wizarding World is projected to get the first expansion and potentially a Great Hall expansion. And the main ride is in the back corner, so you have a lot more shopping, and this is more like the facade will bring you in. So there's not much going on with the Harry Potter land space right now. So hopefully more will come out, maybe we'll get more construction videos, but it looks like everything is covered, so we can't really see quite as much. All right, on to the Universal Monsters Dark Universe. Quickly, a big, just quick overhead view of the space. You can see the portal itself coming in. You got the Curse of the Werewolf spinning coaster. You have underneath it, it's going to be probably the main dining space with off to the right is going to be the windmill restaurant space, and underneath that looks like it's going to be the main actual attraction that will be inside, which will be based on like a Kuka arm. Now let's just talk about this portal. This portal for Dark Universe looks insane. I'm kind of hoping that very top point hopefully we'll have like some like electricity sparking through it. It'll light up a little bit. It'll hopefully look really cool. Kind of another view, you can see the village behind it as well. You see all the scaffolding, you see lots of pieces and theming starting to come together really quickly, and it kind of surprised me how far along this park is, but yet how much farther it still has to go, including off to the far right. Looks like a single bell tower for probably maybe a gift shop or something that's in the purple. Here's a closer look of the theming piece, and it does look like it will have electricity going through it because you can see underneath it. So it's going to look really cool at night. Kind of a good behind the view. You can see how when you leave the portal and come into the land, it's going to really, you can see where the you kind of enter into the village itself. That's the whole point of these portals. It's supposed to bring you into these lands. And I think the portal idea is a fantastic idea. Here's kind of a good look at the village space being worked on, probably quick service, some merchandise set points, everything else. You can see kind of at the very bottom the Curse of the Werewolf. Another good view of the village itself. And again, not much really has been announced in this space because this is another land that does have a lot behind it. But it does look good. Like this theming in the front just looks so good. It's really going to entrance you into the Dark Universe world. Now, we're going to be looking at the Curse of the Werewolf, which is the spinning coaster family ride here at the Dark Universe section. So Curse of the Werewolf, you got the pink roofing being added to the barn, which hopefully this will catch on fire because this is supposed to be a swing launch where it will go forward, back, and then forward to go into the rest of it. As you can see, it kind of goes up and then into the brake run. But because of the weekend storms, you got a large tree that did fall down. So here's a great view of that tree that has fallen. And you can see they really are starting to like line out where this queue is going to go and the main entrance into the Curse of the Werewolf. You can see a lot of little theming pieces being added right before the loading station as well. So then here is the work being done to the left of the Curse of the Werewolf, which will go into the featured attraction, which again is going to be based on a Kuka arm, probably with all of the Universal monsters, so that's going to be really cool. Here's a great work being done on the Windmill Restaurant for the Burning Blade Tavern, which is what's being rumored as being touted as. And you can see we're looking at the side of it, but look at all that theming that they've already added in, because they got to add in all the theming, and then they got to add in all the foliage, and then do all the concrete work that you'll walk on. So land is really coming together very quickly, and I'm really glad that this is a new land that is going to be coming into Epic Universe. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the land that I am the most excited for, and that's How to Train Your Dragon. Very quickly we have a aerial view of it, and it's going to go right at the very front of the park pretty much, next to Starfall Racers. But this land is really moving along very quickly. So here we have a great look at the How to Train Your Dragon boat ride that they are going to be implementing. You can see some of the space, because it's going to be like training to become a dragon rider. And so you got like the loading area being worked on. You've got the burning windmill space being added in. And it looks like down here you kind of see where the entrance is, or just some spaces going in will be added in. Another great view, you can see the loading dock itself where it will drop you down. And it looks like you'll slowly go through it. Now I'm pretty sure you're going to be on a Viking ship, because it is How to Train Your Dragon, which is all around Vikings. Now you also have a lot of the work chips being added to what will be Mead Hall. Now what chips are, these are just like screens that will be added onto metal pieces that then get concrete, more solid, so you can it's more pliable to be added on. So this is like where the mountain will be, and all this front section is facade when you look at Mead Hall. Now onto the spinning rides. So this is a lot of things going on because of the fact that they do have video of the spinning ride here at How to Train Your Dragon actually going. And if I'm really good, I remember to actually put in at least a little bit of those clips so you can kind of see what it looks like from above and from the ground view as well. Here's a great look at the fact that they've already been testing this, because look at all the solar panel lights. So all these are just used so at night while they are testing, because they're doing most of their testing at night because it's the best time to do it. And so you got 5 different solar lights being added on so they can do all their testing, because you can see they got their generators out, and all it is just to make sure that it is working properly. You can even see the control panels off to the left side of the actual ride being used. Alright, so now on to the actual lagoon. Once you come through the portal, and you do have the 2 statues of the Viking and of the dragon with the brown wings. And you can see how this actually was already filled with water for a little while, because they were trying to make sure that at the very bottom that the water levels were not getting into the coaster space for the How to Train Your Dragon coaster. And you can even see some of the Viking ships as well. And at the very bottom, you can see some service doors are open now. Does this mean probably some lighting? Probably. Some water effects? More than likely, because it is Epic Universe and it is Universal with How to Train Your Dragon. But look at all of the boardwalk work starting to be done. You have the one on the right, which is really coming along as well. Here you have a Viking ship being sculpted, and it's being sculpted with concrete. You have a little dock and stairs being added. Now, does this mean anything? Probably not. Not yet, at least. But you can see it looks like the space for maybe some characters to be out and about, something, but you can see it is full of water from the weekend rain. Now you start also seeing from the lagoon behind it, you have all the walkwork being added to the bay itself, and very much all the scaffolding and everything, and this space as well, probably for a merchandise location being added in with this coaster. Now this coaster looks so insanely fun because it's so low, it goes through everything. There's points where you're going to walk under it. It's going to go pretty much all around the land. Here's a great view of the bay itself with that walkwork being worked on with the Viking ships that have already been built. There's another one being built in front of it. But look at how low this coaster gets to the actual water line before it dives underneath the water line, underneath the boardwalk, and back out. You can see that the coaster also, here's another great look that makes this like hard spin after, it looks like before going into the launch. This goes underneath, up, around, and then into the second launch of the coaster itself. You also can see where the water this is probably the highest the water will be, unless they're going to have it flowing over the edge as you go under. So that could always be a possibility as well. You can see there are stairs off to the left, probably for evacuations things or for just general cleaning. So it's something to kind of keep an eye on. But you can also see the one thing that they did add just recently is the new portal theming right at the very top with the Toothless logo. So here behind the portal with the new logo, you can see where it does sit. This portal sits right across the way. You'll walk through it. If you walk back through the portal out, you will see the Constellation Carousel. And so you see the new logo and everything, but here's a great up close port of the new portal theming with the Toothless logo. And y'all, this is amazing. So great aerial looking down at the portal. The portal itself looks great. There's so much more theming to be added. There's even like little spots for like water. So there's just so much going on that we haven't even seen all of yet. And then just another good view of here we've seen this view already with the new theming piece. And here is a great look at going into How to Train Your Dragon. In my opinion, I think this is going to be the best land. This is just my opinion. I know people are super excited about Super Nintendo, but How to Train Your Dragon is such a great staple that I feel like Universal doesn't get to exploit very much. And I'm not saying exploit in a bad way, but like just looking at this, it looks absolutely stunning. And to round out the updates, we are going to take a quick look at all of the hotels. So here we're going to have Terra Luna and Stella Luna, which are the two hotels that are going to be across the street from Epic Universe. Here we're going to start out with Terra Luna. Now Terra Luna has fallen a little bit behind. They have not put any of their theming pieces on, their colorful tiles yet, have not gone on quite yet. But this is expecting to open of February 25th, 2025. And the reason you're going to want to stay here is because of the fact that you'll be staying here and it's right next to Epic, which is being built right across the way. Here's a great view of the pool being worked on, probably a pool bar and probably a hot tub being added in. But here is Stella Nova. This is how much different it is. Stella Nova is so much farther along because they have all their tile pieces going on. You almost have the area being built for where the drop-off is going to be and the parking as well. Here is kind of the backside of Stella Nova. You can already see the layout already for the pools, and these pools look already different, and especially that hot tub. If that is a hot tub, that's gonna be great, with possibly a pool bar / food place as well. And you can see how far out the lobby will go with all these windows, because this is a 3-tiered window, it looks like. Just another great look at all the tile being added in. You can see all the AC ducts being put on top. It's kind of interesting to see it. Maybe they already have the AC running in this park. And especially right here, you can see how colorful this is going to be. And I bet it's going to look different based on how the sun hits it. You can see how they're having to put each tile in hand by hand. Like that is the amount of detail that's going to place because you have to put them in the right spot. Now, I don't think it's going to be like perfect, but still. Now, here is what is potentially going to be. This is the in-park hotel at Epic. So this is the one that you'll be able to stay in. Very quickly, Stella Nova and Telenova each will house 750 rooms, so that is 1,500 rooms just between those two parks. And this is Helio. This is the Helio Hotel, which hasn't been announced yet, but this is the in-park, which is going to be probably one of your most expensive hotels to stay at, even more expensive than Hard Rock. So you can kind of see all the work being done. Not quite as far along as Stella and Luna Nova. That's why we haven't got any word on this. Plus, this will probably open with Epic Universe. See a nice overhead shot of what's going to probably be like a dome feature. And I bet you this is going to be like a bar or seating or food area that you'll be able to sit at and look out over at Epic Universe. Now you got looks like where it will be the hotel bar and potentially the pool area. But however, we have no work being done on the pool itself yet. So that is where all of that is right now with the hotels. Alright, so now we are done looking at the Epic Universe update, and man, oh man, the fact that this park still has a year and a half left before it does officially open to the public. There's so much still to come, and there's so many things already looking great though. I gotta tell you guys what. If you guys can't tell, my favorite area is gonna be that How to Train Your Dragon space. But when it comes to the ride that I'm most looking forward to, it is definitely that Starfall Racer. Like, I am really excited for that because it's a dueling coaster, and Universal really went away from that. So, but it is going to be absolutely amazing, and I hopefully you guys enjoyed the update. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like on the video, and like I said at the beginning, make sure you do leave a comment down below of your favorite land. So with all that being said, as I do head on out from our Epic Universe updates, I will see y'all next time.